If you've ever looked at a woman who calls you just a friend and wondered what it would take for her to feel that spark instead of that safety, listen carefully. Because attraction doesn't start in the bedroom, it starts in the mind, and most men kill it before it even has a chance to breathe. Here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't turn on a female friend with a line. You don't flip a switch. You shift how she sees you. In 3 minutes, you can change the emotional temperature of an interaction, but only if you stop acting like the harmless guy waiting for permission. Attraction is contrast. If she already feels comfortable with you, that's not your problem. Comfort is powerful. But when comfort has no tension, it becomes brother energy. When comfort meets mystery, confidence, and emotional presence, it becomes chemistry. Most men overtalk. They over-explain. They over-compliment. They laugh too quickly at her jokes. They lean in too eagerly. And without realizing it, they communicate, "You're the prize. I'm lucky to be here." The shift starts with energy. Slow down your movements. Hold eye contact half a second longer than usual. Let silence sit instead of filling it. When she speaks, don't rush to respond. Let her feel that you're choosing your words, not chasing approval. Women are hyper-aware of emotional shifts, especially in cultures across the UK, the USA, and Europe, where subtle confidence speaks louder than noise. When you stop seeking validation and start radiating certainty, she feels it instantly. Then change the frame. Instead of asking predictable questions, make observational statements. You have this look when you're passionate about something. It's intense. Pause. Let it land. That's not a compliment. That's awareness. Awareness creates intimacy. Tease lightly, playfully, not to impress, but to show you're not intimidated. Careful. You're about to start charging me for therapy. Smile slightly. Don't overdo it. The point isn't to entertain her. It's to create emotional movement. Here's what most men miss. Turning her on isn't about being sexual. It's about making her feel seen, challenged, and slightly uncertain about where she stands with you. When she senses that you're not trying to win her, that's when she starts wondering if she's winning you. And that wondering, that's where attraction begins. Tell me something in the comments before you go further. Have you ever been stuck in the friend zone and didn't know how you got there? Like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs to hear the truth today. Now understand this clearly. Attraction is not built by saying more. It's built by making her feel more. Most men think turning a female friend on means suddenly becoming bold, flirtatious, or overtly sexual. That's where they destroy the dynamic. The fastest way to lose tension is to announce it. The moment you make your intentions obvious in a needy way, the mystery dies. Female psychology is deeply emotional before it's physical. Her brain scans for strength, unpredictability, emotional safety, and challenge, all at the same time. And yes, that sounds complex, but it's actually simple once you stop trying to perform. In those 3 minutes, your job is to shift from predictable comfort to intriguing presence. Start with your voice, lower it slightly, slow it down, speak as if you're never in a rush. Fast speech signals nervousness, calm speech signals control. Control is attractive. Then introduce contrast. If she's used to you agreeing with everything she says, gently disagree. Not aggressively, not arrogantly, just calmly. "I don't see it that way." And smile. Hold the eye contact. This does something powerful. It tells her you have your own mind. You're not orbiting hers. Women in modern dating cultures, whether in London, Manchester, New York, Berlin, or Paris, are constantly approached by men trying to impress them. What's rare? A man who isn't trying to sell himself. Instead of complimenting her appearance, acknowledge her energy. You get very quiet when you're thinking, "That's interesting." You're observing her, not chasing her. Observation creates depth. Depth creates intrigue. And here's the subtle switch most men never make. Stop leaning forward. Lean back, physically and emotionally. When you lean back in your seat, relax your shoulders, and maintain steady eye contact, your body says, "I'm comfortable here." That comfort shifts power dynamics. Suddenly, she feels like she has to step in slightly to keep your attention. That tiny shift is electric. Then create a micro moment of tension. Let a silence stretch after she says something meaningful. Look at her for a beat longer than usual. Let your gaze drop briefly to her lips, then back to her eyes. No exaggeration, no theatrics, just subtle awareness. She will feel it. Not because you're being sexual, but because you're being intentional. The truth? Women don't get turned on by words alone. They get turned on by how a man makes them feel about themselves in his presence. If she feels desired but not pressured, seen but not chased, challenged but not judged, her body responds naturally. Attraction isn't forced, it's invited. And when you stop trying to convince her you're more than a friend and simply embody it, she starts questioning the label herself. Drop a comment and tell me, have you ever noticed how differently she reacts when you stop trying so hard? Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to shift their energy today. Here's the part most men never understand. Attraction spikes when she feels a shift in identity around you. Not when you compliment her, not when you confess feelings, not when you suddenly act like someone you saw on social media. It happens when she starts feeling different about herself in your presence. If she feels calm around you, that's friendship. If she feels excited and slightly unsure at the same time, that's chemistry. You create that shift by leading the emotional tone. Stop reacting. Start directing. When she tells a story, don't just respond. Guide it. Wait, what did you feel in that moment? That question pulls her inward. It makes her relive emotion. Emotion is where attraction grows. Facts don't create heat, feelings do. Then when she opens up, don't immediately validate everything. Hold eye contact, nod slowly, let her finish. And instead of saying, that makes sense, say, that explains a lot about you. It's subtle, but now she feels understood at a deeper level. Women are drawn to emotional leadership, not dominance, not control. Leadership, the ability to stay grounded while she moves emotionally. If she laughs, you don't overlaugh. If she teases, you don't defend. If she tests, you don't crumble. And yes, she will test. She might say, "You're like my brother." Most men panic there. They rush to prove they're not. That reaction confirms it. Instead, smile calmly. That would be awkward. Then hold her gaze. Let that sentence sit. No explaining, no nervous laughter. That small moment reframes everything because what turns her on is not the joke. It's the composure. Another truth nobody talks about. Women are highly responsive to emotional certainty. If she senses you're unsure of your value, her attraction drops. If she senses you're comfortable whether she chooses you or not, her curiosity rises. That doesn't mean being cold, it means being centered. You don't need to touch her excessively. In fact, restraint is powerful. A brief touch on her arm during a laugh, then pull back first. You're not clinging, you're creating space. Space creates tension, and tension, when safe, becomes desire. Across modern dating cultures in the UK, USA, and Europe, women are used to men either being overly aggressive or overly passive. The rare man is balanced, calm, present, slightly unpredictable. Be that. When the interaction ends, don't linger. Leave first. I've got to run, but this was interesting. Interesting. Not amazing, not perfect. Interesting. That word plants a seed. Now she's wondering what you meant. And when she starts wondering, she starts feeling. Tell me in the comments, have you ever seen her behavior change when you stopped chasing and started leading? Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to understand this shift today. Now let's go deeper into what actually flips the switch: emotional polarity. Most men think attraction grows from more time spent together. That's only half true. Attraction grows from emotional contrast within that time. If every interaction feels the same, her nervous system stays flat. Flat doesn't create desire, variation does. So within those 3 minutes, you introduce subtle shifts. Start playful, light, teasing, then suddenly become serious for a moment. Hold eye contact and say something grounded like, "You don't let many people see the real you, do you?" Then pause. That transition from playful to perceptive hits her emotionally because now she feels both excitement and depth. Her brain lights up. Safety and intrigue together create spark. Here's another hidden truth. Women are deeply responsive to how you handle uncertainty. If she says something slightly provocative like, "You'd never survive dating me," most men either try to prove they could or they retreat. Instead, smile slowly and say, "I don't think you could handle me." Calm, measured, no arrogance, just certainty. That line isn't about dominance, it's about self-trust. Self-trust is magnetic. In dating cultures across cities like London, Los Angeles, Amsterdam, or Rome, people are flooded with options. Confidence without pressure stands out. When you show you're comfortable with tension instead of dissolving it, she feels something rare. Another powerful move is controlled vulnerability, not oversharing, not trauma dumping, but revealing something honest without losing composure. For example, I used to overthink everything. Then I realized most people don't deserve that much mental space. Say it with a relaxed tone. That tells her you've grown. Growth signals maturity. Maturity signals stability. Stability allows desire to feel safe. Then here's the part most men miss entirely. Pull back. If the vibe is strong, don't escalate endlessly. Don't chase the high. After a charged moment, shift slightly. Check your phone casually. Change the topic. Lean back again. That micro withdrawal creates space for her to step forward emotionally. When she leans in to re-engage, you've shifted the dynamic. Attraction is not about overwhelming her. It's about allowing her to feel the urge to move closer. And the final micro shift within those minutes is eye contact with intention. Not staring, not intimidating, but holding her gaze long enough that she feels acknowledged, then breaking it first. Breaking it first communicates control. It shows you're not waiting for permission. The truth you were never told? Women don't get turned on by perfection. They get turned on by grounded masculinity, calm, emotionally intelligent, slightly unpredictable energy that makes them feel both safe and alive. And when she starts feeling alive around you, she starts associating that feeling with you. That's when friendship begins to blur. Tell me honestly in the comments, have you ever noticed that the moment you stop trying to impress her is the moment she starts paying more attention? Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to understand this dynamic. Here's the final truth, and this is the one most men are never ready to hear. You can't turn on a female friend if you're afraid to lose her. The moment she senses that you're protecting the friendship at all costs, the tension disappears. Desire needs risk, not recklessness, not disrespect, but emotional risk. If you're secretly hoping she chooses you while you're acting like you don't care either way, she'll feel the conflict. Women are incredibly attuned to emotional incongruence. Your body language will betray you. Your tone will tighten. Your reactions will spike. So the real shift isn't in what you say, it's in what you're willing to lose. When you truly accept that you don't need her validation, your entire presence changes. Your shoulders relax, your smile becomes slower, your eye contact steadier. You stop performing and start existing. And that existence, grounded, calm, centered, is what creates magnetism. Within 3 minutes, she should feel three things around you: curiosity, emotional safety, and subtle challenge. Curiosity comes from unpredictability. Don't respond the way she expects. Pause before answering. Give half a smile instead of a full one. Change topics smoothly when energy peaks. Emotional safety comes from composure. You don't get jealous easily, you don't react defensively. If she mentions another guy, you don't compete. You simply say, "Interesting," and move on. That tells her you're secure. Subtle challenge comes from standards. If she flakes on plans, you don't chase. You say, "No worries, maybe another time," and you genuinely mean it. Scarcity of your time increases your value. Across the UK, the USA, and Europe, dating culture rewards those who stand out emotionally, not those who blend in. And blending in happens when you try too hard to be liked. Stop trying to be liked. Start being respected. Respect triggers attraction faster than approval ever will. If she laughs and touches your arm, don't grab her hand instantly. Let her initiate. When she leans closer, don't close the distance immediately. Hold the space for a second. Let her feel the anticipation. Anticipation is powerful. And if after all this, she still only sees you as a friend, then you walk away with dignity, because true attraction can't be forced. It can only be sparked. Ironically, the moment you're ready to walk away is often the moment she begins to feel the shift most intensely. That's the psychology. Not manipulation, not tricks, just emotional awareness, composure, and self-respect. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever changed your energy and watched her reaction shift almost instantly? Drop your experience in the comments. If this opened your eyes, like the video, subscribe for more real relationship truths, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it today.